is Eva Nishasinda Anak Robert.
Hi, my name is Carolina Anajana.
Hello, my name is Hardinie binti Hamdan. So in this video, me and my group will be presenting our topic on country study in India. So first of all, we will be focusing and discussing on the public policy, which is the monetary policy of selected country. Furthermore, we will also be discussing about the problem and method on how to overcome the inflation and also unemployment by this selected country. So firstly, I will explain shortly the information about the country India. So India is located in South Asia. It is the second most populous country and the seventh most largest country by land area, and also the most populous democracy in the world. India is a federation with a parliamentary system governed under the Constitution of India. So according to the research, the economy of India worth until 2.9 trillion, which makes them the fifth largest economy by market exchange rates.
Next, the meaning of public policy is a system of laws, courses of action, regulatory and funding priorities concerning a given topic announced by the governmental entity or their representative. People usually make public policies through the education, advocacy, which is a public support or mobilization of interest groups. However, public policies are not all the same at all countries. Some has different public policies that they follow. Love to remind that the most major aspect in public policy is law.
Three types of public policy and their nature, which is restrictive, regulatory, and facilitating policy. Shortly, unemployment is the presence of the labor force employed willing to work and actively looking for employment. While the inflation is a sustained rise in the general price of goods and services. This report will consist 4 parts in whole, which is introduction, discussing about the public policy, which include monetary policies of selected country as mentioned before, discussion on the problems and methods to overcome inflation and unemployment, and lastly is conclusion. This report also be used as a refer to make a video explanations on this topic. It will be sent on week 14.
To start, the meaning of monetary policy is the actions of central banks to achieve macroeconomic policy objective, or it also can be defined as regulatory policy, which the central bank maintains its control over the supply of money to achieve the general economic goals. For example, the stability of price, full employment, and a stable economic growth. Meanwhile, fiscal policy, which could also called as tax policy, means that tax and federal government spending policies. In India, fiscal policy is defined as the guiding force which helps the government in deciding the amount of money should be spent in order to support the economic activity and how much revenue from the system supposed to be earned to keep the economy in India running smoothly without any problem. Recently, fiscal policy is very important to achieve rapid economic growth. On the key goals of fiscal policy set by the government of India. Same goes to the monetary policy, which is very important in managing the country's economy.
One of the examples of fiscal policy in India is the government may choose to draw the foreign exchange reserve or print additional money. As mentioned before, the objective of fiscal policy in India include economic growth. So this fiscal policy will help to maintaining the rate of economic growth. Secondly, the price stability will control the level of the price so that it can be regulated if the inflation is too high. And also, the last main objective of the fiscal policy in India is the full employment is near, so that it can be a tool to recover from low economic activity.
Next, the government use both monetary and fiscal policy to achieve the goals set. There is a difference between these two, which is about the monetary policy. The central bank in India is mainly administers monetary policy. In addition, the monetary policy is under the Reserve Bank of India, in short of form, which is RBI. Not forget to mention that monetary policy is majority deals with currency, money, and interest rate. Meanwhile, for under the fiscal policy, the government will deal with taxations and spending by the center.
The Federal Reserve uses monetary policy to manage economic growth, unemployment, and inflation. Here also state 5 importance of fiscal policy in India, which is firstly, fiscal policy is a key role whose help in evaluating the rate of capital formation, whether in public or even in private sectors. Secondly, it will help to prepare considerable amounts of resources for financing its numerous projects. Thirdly, it can help to evaluate the savings rate by providing stimulus. Fourth, it is to target dispersal of income and wealth and minimize the imbalance. And finally, in order to expand its activities, it gives enough encouragement to the private sector.
In addition, main instruments of the monetary policy include cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio, bank rate, repo rate, reserve repo rate, and lastly is open market operation. However, there is 2 types of monetary policy instrument, which is firstly we have quantitative. Quantitative is indirect or general. This type of monetary policy instrument include, as mentioned before, which is open market operation, CRR, SLR, bank rate, repo rate, and also reserve repo rate. Another instrument of monetary policy is qualitative. So qualitative, unlike the quantitative one, it was selective and also direct. This type of monetary policy change in margin money, direct action, and also more restriction. Here is the 2 examples of public sector bank in India along with their headquarters. So first we have State Bank of India with Mumbai as the headquarters, which exists at the earlier Imperial Bank of India on July 1, 1955. Another example is India Post Payments Bank Limited with Delhi as the headquarters in January 2017.
Next, there is non-objective of monetary policy of India, which is price stability, control expansions of bank credit, promotions of fixed investments, restrictions of inventories, promotions of export and food procurement operations, desired distributions of credit, equitable distributions of credit to promote efficiency, and lastly is reducing the rigidity. Now, let's start. For the first problem is the rising populations. Populations in India rising day by day because they do not make family planning. Example, if the population grows in the same rate, it will make the next generations face problems of employment. There is vacancy for one positions in company, but 100 or more than that apply, and there just only one get the jobs and other remain unemployed. They actually never care the cons. If the population continues to grow, it will be detrimental to economic development. The population should be stable so that the job opportunities are adequately available. If this unemployment can be avoided and society can get a job easily. For the opportunity for the community to obtain higher employment, then the national income is also running smoothly.
The second problem is the young people do not even try to find a job after a long time of unemployment. For example, they will find wrong ways to earn money such as rob, snatch, steal, or and so on. This activity causes them to think that there is no need to find a job. Instead, they just did this illegal thing to make a living. They behave like this because they have no longer motivation and support to live. Other than that, they might be influenced by their friends or the social media. They don't even realize the effect they will get if they do such illegal activities in order to make a living easily. It will affect their family, friends, and also the workplace. They should think about it a lot of time before they do it because it will bring harm to a lot of people and also themselves.
Third problems are health issues. This because nowadays, young people suffer from various diseases even at young age. They are afflicted with the disease due to lack of concern to take care of their own health. Because of this healthy issue, they are not accepted to work because the company does not want to take risks if anything happens to his or her employees. And therefore, the company stipulates in the employment application from that the health status must be healthy and not suffer from any chronic disease. Of course, the company needs mentally and physically healthy of the employees to work with the company so that the company or the office business run smoothly. It is quite difficult for the sick applicant to apply because their qualifications are not sufficient. They should keep themselves healthy no matter what so that they can apply for the job position they want.
Move on to method. As what we have been discussed about the problem on how to overcome the inflation and also the unemployment by the selected country, which is India, there are several solutions that can be done in order to ensure the rate of the inflation can be reduced. In India, we all know that the total population has almost exceeded the total population in China. Moreover, Delhi emerged as the second most populous city after Tokyo in 2014. To overcome this problem, there are several methods can be done. If population growth is unsustainable, are there any human ways to limit it? Yes, there is always a way to overcome such problem. Firstly, we can promote family planning. Government in India should encourage the netizens to have small family through the family planning. It also helps to ease the burden of school. When a family have only 1 to 2 children, it allows them to invest more on education and also help in improving the future labor force. It also helps in reducing the pressure on environment public service. Meaning that with lower number of family members, it can help in reducing the pressure on needs for house, public service such as healthcare, and also managing typical limited resources such as water.
Another point is to overcome employment problem in India. The first method is education must be improved. This is because in India nowadays, the system of education is not systematic like in other countries. School should provide the student with a subject that will be required for their job requirements when they graduate from school or from their universities later. In other words, with enough preparation provided by the school or the university, the student will be able to adapt with the skill or whatever they have learned from the school. And beside that, government in India should allow more companies to open up in India run by foreigners, so that citizens in India will get the opportunity to work under them and reduce employment and rate in their country.
In terms of health, India is currently in a state of transitions of economically, demographically, and epidemiologically. There are a few major disease problems in India. For example, dengue and malaria are currently at the top list. According to the WHO, the highest number of the dengue case in India occur during monsoon seasons and many more illnesses to be discovered. In order to overcome this problem, the healthcare systems have to be improved in the terms of access to care, focus on patients, engagements, and connects and collaborations with other organizations. Doing so, with improving quality of health issues in India, tend to be more connected to their patients and able to understand their needs and health journey better.
To conclude, the highest rate of inflation that occurs in India to several problem factors has indirectly affected and caused harm to the country, such as overpopulation, netizens, unemployment among the people in India, and also their health issue problems. All these problems has come with a solutions to help the citizens of the country to ensure their needs is guaranteed and to reduce the rate of inflation. Also, at the same time, the government also can directly to control the inflation in India, meaning that by increasing the CRR rate and thereby restricting the ability of commercial banks to lend money.